Hi everybody, welcome back to Yunus Cake Tips. Thanks for joining me again. Today I would like to show you how to make a three-dimensional fish cake in a most simplest and quickest way, and it will be still quite a bit details to impress people. First, tools and material. 55 cm by 30 cm 9 mm thick board covered with the blue velvet to represent the sea, and I also coated with a plastic sheet, cellophane sheet, to protect the board from all those chocolate ganache, etc. And I have double-sided tape between this cellophane sheet and the velvet, so when I remove the sides, it will be only underneath the plastic left, not let the cake touching to the board. All right. So I have here palette knife, a plastic knife, normal knife, one large, one small, to carve the cake. I have PVC pipe to roll the fondant, a scissor, a soft scraper, which is going to be help to have the flexible sort of like a masking the surface of the fish. I have a piece of plastic here. It just cut from a kind of like container lid. I'm going to carve this at the end and to show you how to make a little trick for the fish scales. All right, and then starch for rolling, a little sponge with water to clean up the color for some shading on the fish. I have here airbrush set with the pearl dust with the alcohol, but the pipe the pipe inside is separate because the powder of the pearl, it may stuck at the bottom and it will give you trouble when you atomizing, when you're spraying that. That's why I always wash and keep it separate, and I will put them back again when I need it. And then silver atomizer, we need a little bit of for the lure, to color the lure. And then I have black, red and yellow liquid colors, water base, and that is all. And I have here a plastic scraper, rubber scraper, and also plastic foil that to cover the fish and give a bit of touch to shape the cake easily. As ingredients and recipes, I have here one 25 centimeter and 5 centimeter height mud cake sponge, which is 1.2 kilo. And I have some ganache. I already measure. I let you know how much is left after finish. And I have 1 kilo of white fondant. We don't need all. I'll also let you know how much we need. A piece of pastillage and piece of yellow and black fondant to make the eyes. All right, that is all what we need. Let's start from the lure that we're going to attach to the mouth of the fish out of pastillage. We can't do that, but out of fondant, out of pastillage. I like to do this now. Let it dry. And then after that, when the fish is finished, we can just attach to it without any problem. Okay, a little bit of pastillage. Doesn't matter how much. I'm not gonna do too much sort of like measurements and stuff because it's just gonna be like up to you that how big you do. It will be all good as long as you do the right thing, all right? So piece of pastillage, make it sort of long piece like this, like a little bit thinner than pencil, all right? This part, you push it together into accumulate kind of like a round piece, and then stick something over here. It could be a kind of tool or anything like a kind of like a skewer, it doesn't matter, all right? And then after that, this one, make it sharp, all right? And then put a little bit of like cut over here, don't cut completely, all right? And turning it like this. I'm gonna make it quite large so it will be prominent and sort of like visible for normally. It's just kind of extra effect here, all right? And then piece of pastillage again. Touch. To make it flat. All right. I want to keep this one in a kind of like a curve shape. Just take a piece of pastillage, make a holder. Press this one here, and also do some holes here so we can connect some string out of royal icing later on. Okay. That's more than enough. Okay, put this one here. Make it slightly curved like this. All right, and right away we use that silver. Turn upside down. Make a little bit of cleaning and continue with the sponge. Just a bit of soapy spray, clean up the silver residues on the table. That's no problem. And that it's a tabletop is laminate. So people ask me what kind of tabletop I use. So this is a laminate tabletop, and it's simple and there's nothing special. And this will be just working equally. So what I like to do now, I'm going to cut this one into two pieces. The sponge. Actually, I take it out from the freezer a few hours ago. It is still quite cold. That's it. So, I like to put the tail over here, the head here. So I push this one a little bit this way. All right, so I have a space for tail. All right, and then after that, just think about that. This is the tummy of the fish, and this is the top of the fish. I just marking like this. All right, and then just cut. Make sure that you're not cutting the board. That is done. All right, keep this one here, and a little bit of ganache. Put it here, and put a little bit of ganache here on this side, and a little bit on this side. All right, and then I like to cut this one in two pieces. All right, put this here, more ganache, put this here, and put this here, more ganache, put this here. So basically, that is it. So what I like to do, I'm going to cut this one slightly like this, right? And then keep this one also slightly like that. All right. Now, what will happen is we're going to cut carving about like this. Not too much on the front, but on the back. Right. And here also, carving slightly like that. Okay. Then we take some ganache, put it on top here, and try to work it out. Whatever we cut, also in use. More. Okay, now can put some more here. Just put some more here and there and there. All right. So far, so good. Now all what we have to do, have more ganache on top. And then get sort of like roughly masked, okay? All right, now take the soft scraper and then go through as good as we can. Because of the cold sponge, the ganache gets set very nice and quickly. All right? Don't need that. Just clean up a little bit here, and after that, take a cling film, plastic foil, put it on here, cut it off. And then sort of like push a little bit, get all those bumps down. Don't forget, I didn't cut this one down. The mouth part is just nice and thick. This part is thinner, right? That goes in the fridge just for a while. Now I like to roll my fondant and cover the fish, and then after that put some indentations on it. So indentations like scales, and then like sort of underneath this part here, and then there's some fins that to be done. So it will be happened all from one piece of fondant, right? So when I roll the fondant and put on a fish, I like to do right away the scales before the fondant get too dry. So that's why I like to do this little trick. All right, let me show you that how it is done. So this is a sort of like firm plastic, all right? And then you can always do, of course, the fish scales just with a round nozzle and touch them sort of halfway moon shape, and you can do that. But I like to make a little bit more like a relief on it, like a bit of like profile on it. So it looks like roof tiles, like on top of each other, all right? So my decision to make a scales about this size, all right? I just cut this one, this part. Just normal scissor will cut this, all right? And after that, a little bit smaller. And look at that. I'm just going to make like a half a moon shape. That's what I want. Just like this, all right? This is ready. Put it aside and roll the fondant. I like to roll quite large piece because I like to cover, as I said, all the tail and fins and everything together, all right? So, okay, fish, I took it out from the fridge. It's nice and firm. So let's continue doing this, slightly thinner. I'm considering that I'm going to do the fins on top, fin underneath, and then tail everything. So just make it sure that that's large enough to cover all those things, all right? That's about kilo of fondant. All right, let's go. Move that carefully. Don't make your hands too dirty with the ganache. That's it. Throw away right away. And also, like, take a wet cloth and clean the sides here, so we don't have to worry about dirtying the offcuts. Right? You may use the fondant again for somewhere else. All right, should be good enough. All right, let's go. A little bit of sponge crumbs. You have to wash this very carefully now. So, this is like this. This one like this. And then don't go too much down here. You may just keep a little bit of air inside. And then make sure that this is nice and flat. All right. Okay, now do the mouth first. All right. All right. That's this underneath the cheeks. All right. Use the harder part. There will be some more here. There's 2 lines here usually. All right. And after that, here there is a upper fin. It goes about like this and like this, and after that another one here, and also go like that. Right. So this is about indication. All right. I just make maybe a little bit larger, like that, and then go like that here, and then the tail goes this way, and then there's a 2 piece of like this here, like little extensions here. All right, 2 pieces like this, and then goes like this, and then there's another piece of fin over here, and then like that, and then like this, and then go like that. All right, let's start cutting. Okay, there's this knife. This one will be cut again. Make sure this knife doesn't cut the plastic underneath. So far so good. This out, 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 and out. Now, I like to keep this one for a while. All right. Okay, let's go like this. So when I do that, I also create a little bit of like a texture over here in this area. Right? I like the soft feeling of this plastic knife. That's already getting too much out of the shape. Cut this one out. All right. See that when I'm pushing down, it just fits to the right corner. All right. Beautiful. Then, watch this. All right, that's already good. And here also again, like that. That's done. All right, and I need a little piece from here. Maybe just like this. and like this, and like this. Okay, again. Bit of water. Right here. Now, watch that. This is our little tool that I just did it, all right? So just go down, all the way down, and then pushing down, and then just pushing this way. And then we don't have to worry about too much when it comes to this corner, all right? And then just go to next size, and then slightly pushing, then stronger and stronger, then go this way. Let me show you closer. See, when I'm pushing and overlapping the scales. Sometimes just go over it, doesn't matter. Continue. That's how quick is that. And then because you're creating these lines, you follow the nice straight line. You cannot do this so precise with just a nozzle, all right? And then just go slightly less and less at towards the bottom here, all right? I think we're all right with this, and then don't worry about this part. And then after that, I just take a piece of also fondant and a little bit of water here, all right? I'm pushing this way. No, not good. Okay, now it's time for the airbrush. Okay, airbrush is ready. I prepare my colors. I just put a drop of yellow. You can leave the tummy part either complete white, or you can make it very slight blue. And also I would like to do a very light yellow. So let's do this one as a red snapper. I add a little bit more water inside the yellow color and just go very slight, sort of like yellowish tone, okay? And especially like on the center of the body, not at the more tummy. That's it. That's more than enough, all right? So, and then we go for a red. Okay, just take your time, not to make it very quickly, all right? You see, when I airbrushing like this, I stop, airbrush again, and I stop, all right? And I give a bit of distance so I can create that gradients, all right? Now I like to make it slightly darker here. I must go closer then. You see, as you see that when I airbrush from this way, I also get some lines over here. I like these lines, but I like to make a little bit more lines over here with my sponge. And I like to keep this one a little bit whitish. All right, happy days. Now, I want to put this one back again here and put slightly black, just a drop of black, all right? And then put additional water inside and then gives a little bit of shade, okay? especially the dark areas. Right? Inside the mouth, behind the head, behind the eye, okay. And then sort of here a little bit, and also like maybe just end bits, a little bit end bits. Right? And then give it a bit of shade over here so that it gives a little more like shadow in there. All right. That's it. Let's get some lines with the sponge, water sponge. All right. So make sure that you are very much in control with this, not too much, and then towel standby. Okay. That is all what I want. And then just use the corner each one time at a time. Okay. So just go in between here, like that, like that, and like that. So I don't want to do it more, just a little bit. All right. One more touch, and here. That's it. I'm happy with this. Okay. Now, now is the time for give a bit of like a silvery sort of pearly look to the surface, because the fish is actually really silverish color, so it has got sort of like a metallic look. All right. So I want to get this pearl dust. Right. Shake it up, and then attach that pipe freshly before you spray, before you atomize it. Okay. Attach to it. So again, shake it, put it in, and then try it somewhere else. Yes. It doesn't work the way how I want it. I think I put too much of dust inside. I will increase the liquid alcohol inside a little bit more so that it flows nicely. If you drop more vodka inside, it works now. So I just give it like a sort of like pearly look. That's enough. Now I'm going to wait for a while, and after that I remove that plastic sheet. We don't need it anymore. Then I'm going to work it out the eye. I just removed the one side already. I like to do the other side with you, so you can see. You don't make too strong connections underneath so that the side of the cellophane sheet drop off very easily. All right, and then you have a bit of sort of like a cut for a beginning. After that you can continue just tearing off. All right, this way. And you have to just make it the right direction so it tears off in the right way. Right? Like that. And this one also. At the beginning of the cut. Then just pull it. That's it. Now, let me just finish the eyes also with you. So I'm going to put a little bit of more black underneath here. All right. Then after that, yellow. Too big. And black again. Too thick. So when you press like this, you have automatically a round piece like that. Right. Right. And you can also put a bit of like a shine point, little white. Maybe one. That should be enough. All right. Next thing, I like to add the hook and the lure. So what I want to do, I want to put the hook in the mouth, passing through, and then get this lure here, and then after that connect it with this some string behind here. So if I cut this, let's say from here like this, so it is already quite sort of like a handleable. It's not completely dry, but it's already sort of like I can take in the hand in the staining. So that's why you have to understand why I did this one first. So it gives a bit of time to handle that. All right. So I like to put this one here, like that. Just prepare like some sort of like a gap here, so I can slightly poke inside. Okay. A little bit of realizing, just for sure. Okay, that should be good, like that. And the other part goes here. That's all right. Slightly this way. All right, after that, the lure goes here. Something like that. All right, and then a little bit of like a connection with the rail icing. And then another rail icing here. So you can actually continue this line, writing happy birthday, whatever you want to write. So it makes sense that the string of the fishing rod has the sort of creating a writing. So my three-dimensional fish cake already finished as a kind of red snapper, but I'm sure you understand with the same principle what you have seen in this tutorial, you can also create other fishes like kingfish, salmon, tuna, or any other ones. So as long as you follow the shape is correct approximately, I mean all the fishes are approximately the same shape, but only make that little difference that correct, and then also use the right colors. And also, not to forget, fishes has got also different eyes, so they differentiate on different fish, so you have to also pay attention to that. All right, that is all for this time, guys. Now I think you have to go and do your fish, and I have to worry about my next video, what I'm going to do for you. God bless. Until then, bye for now.